Thank you for tuning in to another fun episode with your favorite Mouse Moms, all three of us, Jennifer.
Hello.
Lori.
Hi.
And Juliana, that's me. This week, we are so excited and honored to have our special guest, Ashley Kraft, author of the Unofficial Disney Parks Cookbook and the soon-to-be Unofficial Disney Parks Drink Recipe book. We absolutely love this cookbook and the drink book, and we're so excited for the soon-to-be released book, so we can't wait. But first, of course, a little bit about Ashley. Ashley grew up in Anaheim, California. I just have to back up. I was just saying before the show started that I feel like Ashley's an old friend because we've had her on before, and she's such a doll. We love her. So she grew up in Anaheim. She could recite the Star Wars ride by heart, navigate the theme park without a map, and fell asleep to the sound of Disneyland fireworks every night in her bedroom, which I have to say I have a little envy about that too. Anyway, she did 2 internships at Walt Disney World, many more visits to the Disney park, and she's now one of the leading experts in Disneyland and Walt Disney World. So her popular blog, Ashley Crafted, is best known for featuring recipes inspired by Disney Parks foods to help people recreate and bring that Disney magic right into their own kitchens, which we all need to do when we can't travel. So it's great. Today, Ashley lives in Kansas with her husband, Danny, and 3 kids, Elliot, Hazel, and Clifford. But she still makes time to visit the mouse. Learn more about Ashley at ashleycrafted.com. And let's bring Ashley on. Hi, Ashley.
Hello.
Welcome.
Hi.
Welcome back.
Thank you for having me. I'm so happy to be here.
Yay. So I guess before we dive into all of our questions to find out what you've been up to between publishings, we have to have you share your favorite Disney drink.
Okay. I have a special treat today because I have it with me.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, it's gorgeous, you guys. So if you can't see it, Ashley's holding up. If you're listening, she's just holding up. It looks like a sparkling green beverage with gummy worms and a skull floating in top. It's
I was going to say,
perfect.
if you can't see it, forget it. Go to YouTube and go watch it because
There
you
you
need to see
go.
the drink because the
That's
drink
right.
looks awesome.
Yeah, go to Ashley's pages and
perfect
check her out.
timing for this spooky season. So
Oh yeah. I'm all about the spooky season. So let me tell you about it. So first of all, here is the one and only copy of the book.
Yay!
Oh my gosh, I feel so privileged to get to see it.
I know. And I don't know if you can tell, but it's smaller than the other one, like by a couple inches, and it's a teeny bit skinnier. So it's like so cute. It's just like almost pocket sized.
That is like perfect for a bar, right?
I
like
know,
a bar book.
Absolutely. Like I wish I had a bar in my house so that I could put it there because I'm like, I think I need to get one because I think this book needs a spot there.
We got you covered, Ashley.
This drink actually has a beautiful picture in the book.
Aww.
And it does have instructions on how to make a candy straw as well, which I didn't do this morning. I actually think the candy straws are ridiculous, especially the ones at Disney because they're put on paper straws, so they're absolutely inedible. I have directions on here on how to put it on a plastic straw, so it'll be easier to eat. Oh my gosh, I have sugar in the book already. Every good cookbook has sugar and flour in it and stuff.
Yes.
So yeah, this actually has a sugar and lime rim on the cup, which is a really fun just addition. And then it's a pretty simple drink from there. It's just 1.5 ounces of Granny Smith apple syrup. Disney uses Monin syrup on theirs, but you can use any type of Granny Smith apple syrup, or you can even make your own if you'd like. It's not hard to make flavored syrups from fresh fruit. And then 8 ounces of lemon lime soda, like Sprite or 7-Up. And then you just add some ice and then some cute decorations on top. Disney had the little poison apple glow cube that was included with it. But I just went to Target and just found a whole bunch of like little baubles. And so you can either use, these are plastic. So this is just like a little skull and then a little spider. Or you can use edible ones, like they have like cupcake decorations that you can use. So they have little gummy witch hats or whatever. They've got lots of different edible stuff, and then of course a gummy worm to round it off. So
that's awesome. I am now wanting to make that for my kids for Halloween.
So much fun for like a party,
right?
even do something for the kids for Halloween if you're still kind of not going trick or treating this year. But
I'm picturing it in a punch bowl with some dry ice to make it bubble.
That's exactly what I was just going to say. Yeah, if you want to multiply it into a punch bowl, you could even put the lime sugar rim on all your little punch cups if you want, and then you could have a topping bar that people could put whatever type of garnish inside that they want. So that I think is a really cute idea. And I love the dry ice as well.
Is it too late to plan a Halloween party?
No.
It's September.
No.
Right? All right.
It's not too late for normal people, although my house is fully decorated for Halloween. I'm not completely unpacked, but fully decorated for Halloween, which I should mention that we are recording this a little early, right? So people are like, wait, Halloween is coming up right away. Of course you're decorated. It's a feat, guys, whatever. Decorated.
Well done. Well done.
It is. No, that drink looks awesome.
So good.
Yeah, the punch bowl idea. I'm like, oh, we should do this on Halloween. Yeah. Okay. I got to get out of the mom planning mode here. Okay. So the drink looks awesome. As we said, welcome back. We are very excited to chat with you again. So obviously, the last time we chatted with you, you were saying that this book was in the works and it was going to get released in October. And so what has been the process, I guess, since we've chatted with you?
So I think when we chatted, I probably was done writing it because I think we chatted not that long ago, right?
No, I think you were done writing it. It might have been I think it was with the publisher. Okay. Maybe you were editing it.
April?
Yeah. So my part of writing it was done in like January or February. So quite a while ago. And then I handed it over to the publisher. And they have a professional team that designs the book. They have a professional editing team that we go back and forth on all the rounds of edits. And then they have a professional team that does the photography. And they also have a illustrator who does the maps. So this book has maps just like the first one. Unlike the first book, this is broken down by type of drink rather than by park because there's so much more places included. Like in this one, there are some entertainment district places as well as hotels. So it was just going to be too hard to make a chapter for each one of those. But we were able to make like a ton of maps. Like this one is just Galaxy's Edge.
Wow.
Oh, that's cute.
That's super handy.
It's really fun. We had great feedback from the maps on the first book. So we actually originally were not going to put maps in this because we thought, okay, it's going to be too hard with all the places, but had to do it because people loved them so much. So,
well, I love that idea. I think people's approach to Disney is that, I always see people talking about food as the 5th Disney theme park in Disney World. And the ability to have a map out there, so many people like to tackle their vacations and do like eating around the world and drinking around the world and all that kind of stuff. So to be able to make a copy of a map and to bring it around and be like, all right, where does Ashley tell me to go? That's kind of cool. I love that. So
yeah.
So the book is like a twofer. It's a guide for drinking at Disney, and it's also a cookbook or recipe book, I should say, because we're not cooking our cocktails.
Yes.
I don't know. I don't know if people are particular about the language.
I guess because they made it have the team always chooses the titles. I don't, and this one's a mouthful. So it's like,
can you tell us exactly?
Drink recipe book because you're right. It's not a cookbook. It's a recipe book.
Yeah, I did stumble on that in the intro a little bit, but it's a beautiful book, and the smaller size not only is great for a bar, but you can pack it with you.
You could, it's very light, very small. I love the beautiful color. It's just so pretty.
I love the color.
Let me see if I have the first one.
It's a beautiful purple color.
Yeah,
I love it. And I love. Not all of these Disney fan books have such beautiful pictures in them. Oh my gosh, it's so much smaller.
I know. And this book already was not that huge. So
no.
I know. You can't tell until you put it up next to it.
Yeah.
I was going to say,
it's the perfect bar book. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
Your food cookbook is on my bookshelf.
So pretty next to each other.
Yeah,
I love the
color.
Was
already tiny. That's awesome.
Well, the three of us have we pre-ordered this book the minute that we wrapped the last episode. So we are so excited to get it. And I do have a bar that I can't wait to display it on.
Right.
So great.
You better order one of those little book stands.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes.
It feels like Christmas because I completely forgot I already.
I know.
I know.
I completely forgot. I ordered it.
I think it was available for pre-order starting like in January, like forever ago. So some people are going to be real surprised when it shows up. What the heck is this?
I love
I'm so excited.
That's awesome.
That's really cool.
It is. So drinks. So this time it's all about the drinks. So to me, there's like millions and millions of drinks in all the parks and the resorts and everywhere on Disney. So how did you guys start to pare these down? How did you even begin to start to which ones you're going to do? Because how many drink recipes are in there?
So it actually has 130.
Okay.
So it is pretty packed. The previous book had 100, and that seemed like a lot, but 130. So quite a few more. As always, I just always think, what recipes would I want to see in a book? And then I, of course, did a lot of research on what other people, their favorite drinks are. So I tried to have not only like the most popular drinks, but also a variety, including seasonal drinks like the Halloween drinks. So there's several Halloween drinks. There's several Christmassy drinks, holiday drinks. I tried to have like a variety of flavors. Some things are more tart, some things are spicy, some things are sweet, like most things are sweet, but trying to have a variety of all that kind of stuff included in it so everybody can find something that they love.
I can't wait to try. Yeah.
I know.
Speaking of sweet, like I think a lot of drinks at Walt Disney World in general.
What's that one?
Actually showing us pictures I
know.
Can't concentrate. It's like a milkshake.
Yeah, there's a whole chapter of like milkshakes at the back. Do you remember this one?
Oh
yes.
My gosh.
The infamous Poor Unfortunate Souls float.
Yeah, that's the Poor Unfortunate Souls one.
I mean, literally, these photographs are so beautiful.
There also is 50% more photos than were in the first book. A lot of feedback that we got was people wanted more photos. So there are now a lot more photos.
Excellent. Oh my God, that's gorgeous.
This is
she's showing us a giant milkshake with a cupcake on top.
It's got brownies on top.
Oh.
I can't see what it's called.
This is the Brooklyn Blackout from Blackout in Anaheim.
Yes.
Oh, you've had this.
A lot of
I have.
Milkshakes in here because they're so dang good. Like, look at that thing.
That's the one we had.
Yeah.
Is that like a Vanellope kind of thing?
Bam Bam shake.
Bam Bam.
Bam Bam shake.
Yeah.
Okay. So as I was saying, a lot of sweet things out of the Disney drinks, but you include some others. But if I remember from when we last talked, you look at these recipes, it's also sort of like a jumping off point, right? You said if you don't like something, change it. So you could always sort of
absolutely
mix things up if you don't like too sweet, but it sounds like there's something for every taste.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I've talked about this with you guys before, is that I don't drink alcohol. And I did include, there is an entire chapter of cocktails in here, alcoholic cocktails. And I had a mixologist that made those for me. So they have been tested and tasted. It's not by me. And I did all the introductions and wrote all those up and everything. So everything is cohesive. It was just written, the recipes were created by someone else. But, just because I don't drink cocktails doesn't mean somebody else can't enjoy that. So we want to have a book that has a variety of flavors and tastes that people can appreciate, even if I don't. So I can admit that, I guess, that I'm not the end all be all in what is good taste or what everybody loves. So that's totally fine.
But the drinks are there. So you're just bringing them to us.
Yes.
In your special way.
Yes. So with the food, you tested those, if I remember correctly, in your kitchen. How many of these did you test yourself? Did you test the majority of them? I know you said you had a mixology for the cocktail portion, but how many of those did you test? Because that's quite a few recipes.
Yeah, I test all of them. I'm the sole writer of the book. So
okay,
I do not have anybody else who does this with me. I have a team who does the design and the photographs, but as far as the writing, that's just me. So I do all the texting and all the writing. So anything that you read in the book, I did.
Love it.
So yeah, I personally have tested every single recipe except for the alcoholic recipes. So that goes for the first book. That goes for the second book. I have done every single recipe in my kitchen. So
I say that's such an amazing thing to say too, because I feel like with some of these, we don't know, with some of the other cookbooks that are out there, you're like, well, did you test it? Did you just get the recipe? And I think that's such an amazing thing that you're like, no, every single one I tested.
Yeah.
And you're able to stand by them. That's awesome.
Yep.
So how long did the drink portion, was it longer than the food portion take you to test all these out, or was it less?
Well, that was kind of tough because if you recall, the first book I was kind of writing under duress. They gave me 2 months to write it, and I was moving, and it was COVID, and it was like everything all at once. So I was sort of pressured to write it faster. I wish I could have had more time to write the first one, because then I wouldn't have been so stressed out. So this drink book they gave me a lot more time to write it, but I think it took me less time, actually, because drinks are a lot easier to put together than food. Most of them are just boom, boom, done. Like, that's how easy it is. And that's one reason I love this book, is because you literally need no skills whatsoever. So it's like the first cookbook, it's like, you're going to have to use yeast sometimes. Like, you might need a mixer like this. If you can press on a blender, then you're going to be good to go. Like, that's as hard as it gets. So it's the ultra accessible Disney fan book. If you're a Disney fan, but you're not a cook, the drinks book is for you.
See, that's saying a lot, because we were just recently singing the praises of how easy the recipes in the cookbook are. I mean,
well,
like
that's
I said,
good. I did that on purpose. Yeah.
Cinnamon buns. I made cinnamon buns. I am terrible at baking. So if these drinks are even easier, I am on board. I have one question though. You were talking about the writing and all that, and then you mentioned that there was some back and forth at the end with the pictures and stuff. So once you sort of turn it over that way, how much control do you have still over the final product? I'm just curious.
I have ultra control.
I love it.
If you look at the front of the book, it'll say copyright Ashley Craft. So this is my product. I have full ownership of the book. So I will not allow anything to be published that I do not personally sign off.
You're like our very own J.K. Rowling.
That is not true. That is the farthest thing from true.
You're getting there. You're getting there. Wow.
It is very exciting. And I absolutely am not trying to take all the credit, because my team does so much. Like,
certainly.
Adams Media and Simon & Schuster, they have a extremely high level of quality product that they demand. And so when I turn in my manuscript, it ends up getting marked up like a ton, because they have a very certain style that they are trying to maintain. And so they have to make sure that every line of the book stays within their house style. So it's all my like words and ideas and everything, like I did the whatever for, but they make it sound even better and get it out onto the page. And that's how every author is. Like, that's not untypical for sure. So it's definitely all my words, just with some good editing teams helping out.
That's awesome. Sounds like a good partnership, though. Your styles mesh and you can work together. So
yes, we have a great relationship. I actually don't have any author friends, and so I don't know how other people relate with their publishers. But I have a wonderful relationship with mine.
Cool. Oh, that's awesome. All right. So when you were gathering all these drinks, did you know, like, off the top of your head, exactly like a few of these drinks that absolutely had to be in there? Which ones that were immediate where you're like, all right, these have to be in here. These are some of my favorites.
Well, there's some that are from the first book. So for one, they told me that they didn't want a ton of crossover. Obviously, you want to have a product that people want to buy and don't want to feel like they're getting gypped. But some drinks are so iconic, you can't not have them in the drinks book. So that included like the blue and green milk, the Peter Pan float, I think, was in the first book as well. So it was just like the Dole Whip float, that kind of stuff. So those for sure had to go in. And I tried to trim out as many as I could because I wanted it to be an original product. But you just had to keep some of those things. But I love the fun drinks at Disney. Like, I think that they're just so great. I took a trip actually exactly a year ago This week, a year ago, my older sister and I, we went to Disney, just the two of us, and we went to every park and we drank as many drinks as we could. And I think we did 21 or 26 drinks in 4 days.
Wow.
So it was insane. And our favorite drink of the whole week was the pumpkin milkshake from last year. Did you guys have that?
I don't think we had that one.
No, but I love pumpkin.
I think the three of us were in Disney exactly a year ago.
Oh, really?
So
You might have seen us then being like,
I'm just gonna throw this out there because we often the three of us will go for the festivals and stuff and try to eat our way around the world. But with three of us, it's hard to do that. So I'm just gonna throw it out there that the next time you write a book, call us and we will gladly assist in the narrowing down and tasting of products.
I honestly try to bring as many people as I can for each trip because then you can order more food.
Well, I was just going to say, in the interest of reciprocity, we will invite you to join us whenever we are eating our way around the world.
That's great. We try to get there as much as possible. I was just telling the ladies that I was
Lori
in
and I will be there
Disneyland
tomorrow.
I was at Disneyland last weekend. So,
were you?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I cut you off. Lori and I are going to be at Epcot tomorrow, so you can make it.
Okay. Well,
I'll go ahead and look for flights.
Keys.
I'll go ahead and look for flights for you, Ashley. Tell us about Disneyland, though. I'm dying to hear especially about the Avengers campus, and how was the food?
Yes. Yeah. So for those of you who can't see, I'm wearing my Avengers Campus, Avengers Recruit t-shirt. So I had to have it. It says Disney California Adventure on the arm, and it says Avengers Campus on the back. So love it.
It's adorable.
Avengers Campus was so fun, and the food was so good. Like, Disney now realizes the value in their food. And so every new land they've opened, the food is just like amazing. It's just incredible because that is what they know is going to bring people back every single time. So
that's also what's going to keep you writing more cookbooks.
I know. Don't think that I'm not going to try and make a second edition of this with a Avengers Campus addendum or whatever.
And I really do think like we go to Disney an awful lot, but I'm always telling people every time we go, there's something new to see, experience, taste. And that's so true. So I think there's going to be a second edition, a third edition. I think
that's the dream, right? Is if I could just keep making more editions, but we'll hopefully it'll keep being popular. And
so in that second edition, what do you think would go in there from what you tasted at the Avengers campus?
Yeah. Okay. So let me tell you about my favorite things that I had. First of all, Choco Smash Bar. This is a homemade candy bar that you order from Pim's Kitchen. So Pim's Test Kitchen is the only brick and mortar restaurant in Avengers Campus right now. So that's where you get most of the food. This is not a candy bar though that's on a shelf. It is fresh made, and then they just like loosely put a wrapper around it so it looks like a candy bar, but it's just sitting on a plate. It is $8. So this thing is like big and quality, or you hope it is. So it's like this long and like this tall. And it has like every ingredient that a candy bar could have. Like it has a layer of like brownie on the bottom, and then I think it has caramel and nougat and peanuts or something, and then it has like a ripple of peanut butter across the top, and then it's covered in dark chocolate.
Oh my gosh.
Like it is.
My teeth just fell out.
I know. Like it just like burns your jaw. So good, like incredibly good.
Served with a glass of milk?
I don't. Well, you have to have it with a glass of Pingo Doce. Do you know Pingo Doce?
No.
So Pingo Doce is the Avengers soda, and you can get it at Pim's Test Kitchen. And I wish I had all my crap with me that I bought. I'm not prepared. I love buying stuff like food and drink that comes with a souvenir, because I always feel like it's a bonus. So the soda comes in a large soda can, that's like this big, and it has a strap like a popcorn bucket, but you fill it up with soda, and then you drink like out of the little like tab.
Oh my God.
So it's really cute. But the soda is it's basically Sprite with vanilla in it. So it's a really fun flavor. But Pim's Test Kitchen has a Coke Freestyle machine. So if you love...
You take that big souvenir glass.
Yeah.
Yes,
like
I
did.
A liter of soda.
You can keep refilling it?
No. No, that
I was going to say.
But it actually isn't even that big inside. It's kind of insulated. So the inside is like the same as like a medium soda. Like it's not that much, but whatever. It was cute to get the thing. The Pingo Dolce I liked a lot. I thought it was yummy. But if you like, I love having a Mr. Pibb with cherry and vanilla in it. And so that's always a great little, if you like a Diet Coke or whatever you want, they've got it at the machine. I also loved, and people give this one a bad rap, which I was surprised, but over by Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout, there's the Tehran treats, and they have the I don't know, like it is a puff that is black, and then you bite into it and it has purple cream filling, and everybody loves that. So I loved it too. It was really good and it was really fun. But then they also have a churro that is green, and it is like in a circle, and it tastes like pineapple. Yeah, so it's like mind-bending because you're like, it's not the right shape, it's not the right color, it's not the right flavor, like everything is off. And maybe that's why people don't like it, but I think it tastes like a Dole Whip churro, and what
I want it
better. Like,
yep,
hello,
I want it.
That is my love language, like Dole Whip churro. So
now,
I love it.
Isn't there a shawarma place too? Is that
there is? And I got it. It was a little spicy for me. So I get that people like it, but for me, it was on the hot side. Like I could only take a bite, and then I needed a few drinks and take a break for a second because it was like nose running hot for me.
So are you a not spice person at baseline?
I am not a spice person.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's a me. She's a me.
Like are bell peppers spicy?
No.
Okay.
He's not quite a Lori.
I know.
Not that part.
I like the idea of spice, and I like cooking with spices and flavor, but I don't like just the straight heat.
So is there only one kind of shawarma? Because that was my question too, Jen. I didn't know about the shawarma place, but I was going to ask if there was anything akin to the Ronto wrap that we love so much in Galaxy's Edge.
There's actually two different shawarmas. There's the New York Best, which is what I had. And then they have a vegan one. So it's a falafel based. It's totally a plant one. So I did not try that one. I would have liked to try it. We were like,
you need more people, Ashley.
I know. I actually had my whole family with me on the trip. So me and my husband and my kids, but kids don't really help with the food part. They really are good with the treats. Somehow I show up and the treats are gone. It was always hard because we'd always be like, mommy has to photograph it first, and then mommy gets to taste it first. And they would be like vultures, just.
Well, that's not just kids. Jen and I were just on a Disney cruise, and we had to remember before we dove into all of our meals to take a picture.
So yeah, we just slapped my hand back up. And people around us are probably like, what is wrong with them? Like, mommy gets the first bite. Look, that family is psycho. That's hilarious. I literally turned to a guy who was staring at us, and I was like, I'm a food writer, so I'm doing this as a job. And he was like, okay. I'm sorry.
I don't have to explain myself to you.
I know. Stop looking at me. Why are these tables so close together?
I love that. Well, that's awesome. I definitely see a sequel in your future, which is great because again, like that's what we love about Disney is that they're always giving us new things to explore. So
yeah,
I want the shawarma in there though.
I will. It's so popular. People love it.
Yeah.
And, I think I need to give it another chance because it's possible that the one I had a particular amount of spice, or it was also like heat hot, like it was hot and the day was hot. Yeah. So I think all that combined was kind of like, I don't want to eat it.
Yeah.
I was super full from eating the,
all the other
10-pound candy bar. Yeah. So I will try it again. I will try it again.
I will say,
I'm in California next.
That's my problem with some of the spicy food is I feel like no matter what, like when you order it, it could be like, oh, this is perfect. And then if you go back and order it again, I'm like, well, now it's too spicy.
I know.
And then you order it again. And, you know, like I feel like it could change just depending how much shake they put in of that spice. Then it just gets too much and I can't handle it.
Yeah.
But when you put this in the sequel to the cookbook, you'll probably have to try it several times to see if you're getting it just right.
I mean, I'd assume
that's hard, Ashley. I'm really sorry.
I know. It's super hard. I think, and I probably mentioned this last time, but one of the hardest things about being me is that, that sounded wrong. The hardest thing about being a cookbook writer is that when I go to Disney, I have to eat new food. And there's always new food. I never get to have something I like twice.
Yeah.
Because it's a waste. Like I have to save my stomach space and my money for stuff I haven't tried yet. So it's really, this is a real first world problem to say that it's rough. Like, oh my God. But I literally cannot buy a Dole Whip. I cannot buy a churro. I can't get a pretzel. Like never.
We say the same thing, but our exception is we get a Ronto wrap every time we go. Do you have foods that are the exception to that rule where everything's...
I just can't. Like I try to work around it. So like this time I had the breakfast Ronto wrap, which is a similar idea, but with a different twist on it. And then I had like the they don't have it at Disney World, but the Tropical Hideaway is the like Dole Whip place at Disneyland. And they have a loaded Dole Whip that came with mango and cucumber and all this kind of fruit on top and on the bottom. So I was able to get that, which it was great to have Dole Whip, but it was fun to try it with some different flavors. Right. So I kind of like cross the line when possible, but I mean, I just really, and I go so often that, and I know you guys do too, but I just don't, I really don't have anything that I say like I have to have. Which is probably good.
we luckily have the luxury of not as much pressure to try
everything.
Right? So, but to your point, we were in Hollywood Studios not too long ago, and it was early, and I was like, should I get a breakfast Ronto wrap? And I was like, no, because I want the real one. I want the one that I know I love. So you would not have had that luxury.
It's good though. The breakfast Ronto wrap is really good. It's basically a breakfast burrito, but in a pita. Like, and with I was gonna say, sausage.
Juliana, we might need to try it on Sunday. We might need to cross that bridge and do it.
Okay.
And do the breakfast one.
I had it with the Melu Run juice, which was like a bag of Skittles in a cup. Like it was really sweet. So if that's your style.
Lori might like it.
Yeah, I might, depending on maybe not first thing in the morning, but yes. I could definitely do it. So I'm sure your kids loved, after we saw the picture of the Brooklyn Blackouts, I'm sure your kids loved the milkshake portion of testing.
Yeah, and actually the Brooklyn Blackout is kind of a like core memory in my head because when I made it, it was like literally a Tuesday afternoon and I just set it down in front of my 3-year-old and was like, taste this. And he was just like, okay. And I was just like, this kid doesn't know what he's got. Okay. Not everybody gets like a $13 milkshake just slapped down in front of them like after breakfast on a Tuesday. Like you're living a charmed life, buddy. And I also had the thought again to reiterate about the $13. A lot of these drinks are heinously priced at Disney. Like, and you know why, and you know, nobody can complain about that. That's how it is. We all accept that and get that. But you can make a Brooklyn Blackout for like $1. So it's incredible the awesome creations that you can make in your own home for a fraction of the price. I mean, this one probably cost me like 50 cents to make at home, including all the stuff in it. And at Disney, this is probably $7. Like, I mean, it's
probably $7 for the regular drink, but like 13 if you get your ice cube or whatever. It's crazy.
The ice cubes are crazy expensive.
You're so right. So I have a question. So when we were in Disney World the last time, one of our favorite spots to visit is Trader Sam's. And this time during that visit, we decided to do something cool and order things off of their secret menu. were you able to include any secret menu recipes from anywhere in your book, and if not, that's another cookbook for you, or recipe book for you?
I don't know if they're secret. I guess there are recipes from Trader Sam's in the book, but I'm trying to.
I don't remember what they were called. There were a lot. We Google it when we were there.
I don't know if the secret menu was a thing before it reopened. I didn't know. I think
it was because the website we pulled it off of was before.
Oh, see, I thought it was new.
Oh no, maybe you're right.
The Stormtrooper was one.
Yeah,
no,
I thought
early
it was
2020.
Early 2020.
Oh,
early 2020.
So it's new then. So maybe not.
Okay. Well,
so it was like
you'll have to take a look and see. I just if you're talking about the alcoholic beverages, I haven't tried them. So I just did a lot of internet research. I picked all the drinks myself. And then I sent the title to the mixologist. So the mixologist did not choose the drinks. I don't even know if she's a Disney fan. I just know that she, I don't know her personally. She was hired by the company. So I don't know what her method is to create the drinks. But
I bet between the descriptions that you can find on the Disney website and and then some of these places are so like Trader Sam's, for example, they use cinnamon and everything, which is weird.
Yes. I did notice that, which is interesting.
It is. It's really weird. We talked about that before. It's just
like the tiki flavor.
Right. Like a spiced rum. But back to this charmed life that your 3-year-old has. What was the reaction after they tasted the Blackout?
Pretty much every drink I made, they would drink it and say, "This is the best thing that I've ever made," which was surprising because it would be like back-to-back drinks. It'd be like, "This is the best thing you've ever made. This is the best thing you've ever made." It's just like everything is good. Everything is so sweet and yummy.
Everything is awesome. Sorry, wrong company.
Yeah, you gotta love the honesty of the small children taste tester.
So that they're so used to getting.
We had a really funny instance that we actually filmed so that we could have it for posterity, but. I had done 3 drink testings in one day, and it was for like a cotton candy lemonade and then like a fruit punch or something like that. And then the Blurg Fire. Does anybody know what the Blurg Fire is? So this is a Olga's Cantina drink, and it's non-alcoholic, but it has habanero pepper in it.
That's why I don't know.
Pomegranate juice. So
that sounds fantastic.
I had the 3 drinks lined up on the counter, and I was like, "Kids, go ahead and drink them and tell me if you like them." So they drank that's good. And drink the second one, super good, and then the third one. And it was hilarious because they're so dumb. All 3 of them did it. After they watched the first, it's like you can't trust the kid who just was like. And all 3 did it one after another, and we filmed every single one, and it was like,
oh my gosh. So did the habanero end up in the book?
Yeah, it's in the book.
Oh, good. I'm excited for that then. I like spicy.
It was crazy though, because I started with a teaspoon or something of the habanero, and it was insanely spicy, screaming spice. And so I halved it to a half teaspoon, and then I had my husband try it, and I did not warn him because I was having really a lot of fun with this. So I was like, "Oh, taste this." And he drank it. "What the heck is this? Oh my God." So I was like, "Okay, still too much spice." And then I think I landed on 1/8 teaspoon. So, and I think I said something in the introduction, go ahead and adjust the spice to your spice level. If you want to add a little more, you can. If you want a little less, that's fine too. But yeah, it was a whole thing trying to make it not be screaming hot.
Did you make a habanero syrup to use, or what did you use?
I actually did a simple syrup with habanero hot sauce mixed into it.
Oh, hot sauce. Okay. Ooh, all these tips.
So did your family ever trust you again after this?
Yeah.
Apparently they trusted her 10 seconds later.
I know.
True.
Almost everything I make that is good. So it's very rare that it's going to be a spicy drink.
That's how you get them.
Yeah, that's how you get them. It's the long game.
So I know we have talked about, edition 2, edition 3. Do you have anything in the works right now for another book?
She's hedging. She's hedging. Can you tell us? Can you tell us?
I don't think I can tell you.
Take that as a yes, everybody.
But it's possible I have some books in the works, and that you can look out for those books in the next year. So,
that's awesome.
Well, again, if you need taste testers, we're your women.
Yeah, right here.
Every time.
And we will look forward to having you back again, maybe next year, if not sooner.
You might want to book me in a few months, but
right. All right. I love this.
Just
saying.
I don't know what other hints I'm allowed to drop.
All good. You are a good girl. You didn't give me any hints. I don't know what is happening.
Nope.
Nothing.
Always a pleasure to talk with you, Ashley.
Yes.
So happy to be here. So happy to be here.
Yes. Thank you. So I think we have a Mouska tip, Jen.
All right. So this one is very easy. Of course, it's to go run out right this second and buy Ashley's book. Hopefully by the time this airs, we'll be releasing it. If not, I'm sure you can still pre-order on Amazon. We'll make sure that we drop all the links in our show notes. And, especially because if you're listening to us, you know that food and drinks our favorite topics ever. Yes. So this is a natural one for us, and the book is an absolute must. And you can bet that the Mouska Moms will be making these drinks very soon in our bars with our cute little bar-sized book displayed prominently. And of course, we want all of our Mouska fans to be able to do that too. And so thank you, everyone. Thank you, Ashley, for hanging out with us again with all of our crazy. Thank you, listeners, for spending another fun episode with us. We want to know from you guys, what recipes have you tried from the Unofficial Disney Parks Cookbook? Share below on our Facebook page, and we can't wait to hear what cocktail recipes that you guys are excited to try. For the latest news out of Disney, don't forget to visit our blog at mouskamoms.blog.com. Join our group on Facebook at Disney Planning and Chat by Mouska Moms. And we will see you next time. Thanks, Ashley.
Thanks, Ashley.
Me.
Bye, guys.
Bye.